Hey, Dolly. Sorry, I was just getting everything set up. Um, how are you doing? The title for tonight is Here for a Good Time, Not a Long Time, because I wanted to go ahead and come live because it's Tuesday and I'm not really reliable, but here I am. And I want to have a little fun, but I'm not going to be here for a long time tonight because uh, those of you who spoke to me before know that I'm not feeling well. I've been headachy, body achy, tummy achy, all that. And so um, Grayson today, well, he came home early from school with a headache yesterday. And today he didn't go to school. And he has tested positive for strep at his doctor's appointment today. So I don't know, if we're sharing this strep thing or who gave it to whom or if we even have the same thing. But you're going to your mom's? Yes. Okay, I love you. We get started to go here, but now we go here. Okay, I love you. Close my door, please. No, I close it. That's probably as much as you'll be able to close it. Thank you, sweetheart. Love you. So yeah, we don't want all the kids to get it. She's gonna go to her mom's, and hopefully everyone doesn't keep passing it around. What is 6'5"? I don't know what that means, and I'm not sure how to pronounce your name. If you want to spell out how it's pronounced phonetically, I would appreciate that. If you don't, that's cool too. Yeah, Dolly, it's just one thing after another, isn't it, hon? Get rid of one thing, get another. I didn't even look to see if anyone else was live. I hope nobody else was. She is a sweetie. She's my little sweetie. So, yeah, she doesn't have it yet. She didn't test positive for it. Hasn't been complaining of headache or anything. So she's going to go to her mom's and hopefully she won't catch it. Lucifer 6'5" is the inverse of 5'6", and it's a spirit shout to Jeremy. All right. I understand those words, but I don't know what all that means. So, it is a family affair. That's right. And at their mom's house, they have, more siblings. So their poor mom, if it gets around to all the siblings, she's got to deal with a lot of sick kids. So and she's pregnant. Hopefully, I don't like to say hopefully this will be the last one. That sounds terrible, but I think 5 kids uh, for a young mother is enough. I think that's a lot in today's world. So I don't know if anyone's going to show up. Mostly I just wanted to come in and say hi, keep to my, hey, free side, keep to my, saying that I would go live on Tuesday nights. But it certainly has not been an easy time around these parts. How are you doing, Freeside? It's so good to see you. hopefully I'll get feeling better soon and be able to do something fun. I've been trying to set my mind to thinking about creative endeavors I could do that could be fun to do in live streams. I know a lot of people maybe don't like that. They'd much rather talk drama or stir, the pot. But like we used to do streams over here where um, I would write out like a story and then we would take out words and turn it into a Mad Lib. And people would give me, like, I'd say, I need a verb or I need a number. And we'd fill in those spots where we took out words and then we'd read it. And it would be a good time. But like I said, a lot of people lose interest in that pretty quickly. If you're not bringing the drama, they're not ready to hang around for several, live streams or whatever. But that's okay because the people who do hang around are usually the people who are fun, right? I think so anyway. But I was thinking, of maybe writing a play with wacky characters in it and deciding who I wanted each character to be based on uh, through chatters, through YouTubers, things like that, and then seeing if I could get the people to read their parts on my live streams. They would, of course, have to have a good sense of humor and be able to be a little self-deprecating and not to take things personally if I write into their character something that maybe I don't want to say hurts their feelings because I would never write something to personally hurt someone's feelings, but people get tender about certain things, and they so it would have to be understood that it's not bullying, it's not taking pot shots at them. And then I was just like, you know what? Is it even worth it then to put the work into it? And that's the problem that I usually have with deciding what I want to do because I don't want to hurt people's feelings. And people, it seems like, especially recently in the last, several years, um, have become super, super sensitive about what can be said and what's offensive. And I think there are generally certain terms that we can all agree are offensive, regardless of how they're used or by whom. But people have taken that to things that are just ridiculous. So, yeah, I can live without tons of drama too, Dolly. I can actually live without any drama. So, I saw some drama today that I just can't believe is still going on. I guess maybe the only reason some of the drama continues to go on is that new people continue to come in and find this person, and and so they're unaware when they first come in, and and then the old people have to feel obligated to let all the new people know what's going on, and I don't blame them. You don't ever want to see people get ripped off, right? Uh, it's bombshell drama, Dolly. I'm not sure if you're um, familiar with Bombshell. She's been around for a lot of years, been around a lot of different communities. Myself, I was quite fond of her for quite a while. I felt like people were being unfair to her and all of that. And then, over time, as I started to see patterns and things like that, I started to pull away a little bit. And as I pulled away a little bit, when I would see things, they became clearer and clearer until it was obvious to me that, you know, if you're sending her money she is absolutely taking advantage of it. Um, Now, whether, some people have made accusations, and I'm not sure, it would certainly make sense that the things that she uses the money that gets sent to her aren't good things. Oftentimes, they're illegal things. They've made accusations that she is getting pills and things like that. Now, I couldn't verify that. I wouldn't have that kind of knowledge, but, you know, it wouldn't surprise me. And it certainly is a reason why you wouldn't want people, especially people who are struggling for their own money, to be giving their money to her. But anyway, I guess, yeah, new people find her, and the people who become wise to her shenanigans want them to know they want to protect them from going down the same road that so many people were already taken down. Even though I was fond of Bombshell, I didn't really ever send her that much. I think maybe uh, $50, maybe once. I think. But the thing is that I always had a feeling about Bombshell that she wasn't responsible with her money. And so that kind of turned me off about sending her any money anyway. So I wasn't even thinking about the possibility that she was scamming money because I wasn't intending to send her money. Um, I generally don't send money to people who I think are incapable of handling it, right? Hey, Carrie, so good to see you. So I didn't think, it wasn't a case for me that I felt like she was lying to me or that she was, being devious to get money from me. It was just the fact that people who can't handle money shouldn't be sent a lot of money, right? And I knew that there were plenty of people helping her. So I don't feel like I was scammed out of anything. The money that I sent her willingly. It was during a specific point where I knew that the place she found herself in wasn't necessarily her own fault. It was, um, it wasn't over like her big I don't have water. It wasn't over I'm being evicted. It wasn't, because all of those things, I think that if you're handling your business as an adult, you might find yourself in those situations. But then once you turn it around and you start taking advantage of landlords by, making them take out eviction notices against you and waiting out the court thing and you're taking advantage of people then too. If you can't pay your rent, certainly that's something that is happening. As soon as you find out that you can't pay your rent, you should be discussing it with your landlord, not hiding from your landlord. I mean, I'm going off on a tangent here that probably doesn't need to be gone off on, but I don't remember what my original point was. Hey, Diamond Cutter, it's so good to see you. Someday I'll tell you about the fake church during COVID. Lost a ton. Never ever again. I hate that, Dolly. I hate that. But yeah, I mean, my reason for not ever like going to Bombshell's rescue all the time wasn't that I felt like she was scamming me or lying to me. I really do think that her life was in as big of a predicament as she said it was. But like I said again, um, I'm not one of those people who can see that kind of um, irresponsibility and think that it's time to dig someone out of that unless I see them, making changes. And if you're in that situation where you're getting evicted all the time, or you've been without water at several different places because you keep not paying the water bill, or you know, every 2 or 3 months you're out of a vehicle because it got repossessed, or whatever you took, whatever the reasons are, You're making the same mistakes over and over again. And I just don't feel like anyone can help you by giving you money out of that situation. You would be better helped by people who refused to give you money in those instances. And while you may suffer, you're also going to be forced to learn how to handle your business. Hey, Cats Rule, good to see you. Jeff, what did you do now? Clearly, it's your fault that Bombshell is being evicted from her motel situation. She tried me for 600, and I was going through some stuff at the time at the burn center with my nephew. She actually got pissed because I ignored her. Yeah, see, that would have been, if she got mad about that, that would have been like, all right, well, if you're mad about that, don't bother talking to me anymore. Hey, chick, good to see you. Cats rule. Yeah, ask for the list of what you didn't do, Jeff. Come on. I'm gonna put the link out there if anyone wants to. Let's see. If anyone wants to join me up here and talk about anything. But yeah, I don't plan on being here very long this evening, maybe an hour or so, just because already my head's starting to hurt worse. My throat is getting really dry. And like I said, our little man left school early yesterday with a headache, went to the doctor today, didn't go to school, and tested positive for strep. So I know I need to take care of myself and not get myself too worn out if my immune system's already down. I remember thinking the nerve, right? You're waiting on dinner, Jeff? Okay. Let me pin this. Now, if anyone ends up backstage, I can't promise that I'm going to hear the notification. So if you do jump backstage and you're there, I'm on a different screen. If you could let me know that you're there in chat, I would appreciate that. How are you doing, chick? Gosh, it seemed there was something I was going to say to you, and I don't remember what it was now. But when you popped in here just now, it reminded me that I wanted to say something, and now I can't remember. I hate when that happens. Ooh, pork chops. I used to love pork chops. I haven't eaten them in a long time. But yeah, I used to love a good pork chop. There was a time I had some pretty shady pork chops. I forget who made them, but it kind of turned me off of pork for a little bit. I'm going to have to make myself some good pork chops again. It is Cinco de Mayo, and so I want to say this too, only because I know that it's someone's birthday. I don't know if the person has like gotten over the beef between us. I certainly have, and I'm not worried about it. But if Wendy is out there, and that's one win, or if anyone sees her around, please let her know that we are wishing her, or I should say me, that I am wishing her a happy birthday. If you see her out in other chats or whatever, we don't run in the same circles anymore. But if you see her, wish her a happy birthday. And I know it's her birthday because I remember it. Because I said something that wasn't so nice about her birthday being Cinco de Mayo at one time. Just being a petty little evil biatch. But yeah. Hey Mo, how you doing? Oh, did she have a live today? Okay, Jeff. So she did get her happy birthday wishes in. Good. I'm not subbed to her, and so I didn't know that she went live. But I'm glad that she got her birthday wishes. How you doing, Mo? I was just talking about all the bombshell stuff. I watched Lucy's video on her take on what's going on with bombshell, and I just can't believe that the same stuff is still happening. Because honestly, if you're 58 years old and you haven't figured out that if you give someone cash, especially when you've been ripped off as many times as you've said you've been ripped off, and you found yourself in these emergency situations because someone has ripped you off, and you've been evicted as many times as she has been, and homeless as many times as she has been, and you find yourself in a situation where you finally have housing and you're going to pay your rent by cash, and you're 58 years old, and you don't get a paper receipt before you leave that office, then you don't deserve people to send you money to bail you out of that. You are irresponsible. You are incapable of controlling your own finances, and you need someone to be your, what do they call it, a payee, or a financial boss. Someone needs to take control of your money if you found yourself at 58 years of age and you are incapable after all you've said that's happened to you with money stolen and evictions, wrongfully evicted, and this and that, and you don't walk out of that office after you pay cash with a receipt, then you're a moron, and you need someone to take control of your financial responsibilities. Hey, Keith, good to see you. And people who are wasting their hard earned money to send and dig you out of holes that you keep putting yourself in is just not acceptable. It's just not. But the people who do it, you know what? Just make sure that you're okay with when you realize how much money has been wasted digging someone out of self created holes that you could have definitely used for yourself. Do not blame anyone but you. Don't go and try and make her life hell. You know, the choice was yours, and making other people aware of what she does, I don't consider that making her life hell. But I think that's just trying to bring awareness to save other people from making the same mistake you did. But like, don't go try and get her fired from her job. Don't go try and get her evicted from housing that she has somehow managed to get. You know, is anyone backstage? I didn't even check. No, no one's back there. But yeah, I saw all that happening again, and she said something about she pays $360 a week for her motel, and then has to pay 500 and something a month for her cab. What kind of job is that, where you're paying 500 and something to drive the cab a week? Hello, you could go and freaking just drive Uber, and your car payment wouldn't be 500 and something dollars a week. Go get a car, take out a loan on it, and your loan might be, that a month, but you're actually paying someone 500 and some dollars a month to drive a cab. It's ridiculous. What are you doing? Why are you making poor choices and then asking other people to pay for them? It frustrates me. It just frustrates me. Um, like I said, I get hopeful for people that they're learning the lessons they need to, and that oh wow, I just got a really bad dizzy spell. I think I'm going to have to go real quick. All right, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Hopefully someone else will go live and maybe I'll be able to catch that after a while. Y'all have a good night. Remember, you're important, you matter, and you are loved. And I love you, and I will see you soon.